What's going on, guys? In the past, I talked about drawing from concealed carry, getting proficiency and consistency in your draws. I want to continue that conversation by talking about doing that from a seated position. Last year proved that a lot of things can take place in your car or in a seated position, so we're going to expand on that thought. So, when drawing from concealed, I have been having issues because I didn't practice that in the past, and so I'm trying to learn some new things because seating, I don't have as much freedom of movement. My lower half of my body is pretty locked because I'm sitting on a surface, so I'm not having as much free range of motion as I would like to have. Also, my body also kind of comes over my center of line, so I'm not a big guy, but I still have to work around my body when drawing from concealed in a seated position. Now, if you're a little bigger, that's something you want to think about with how you're getting to your gun, and you want to practice that. So, why am I talking about this? Like I said, you could be in your car, the streets could be blocked, people could be trying to rip you out of your car because they don't like what you're doing, or they're trying to rip a family member out of the car, and that is a threat. So, you need to be able to get to your weapon. Also, you could also just be sitting at like the barber shop, and somebody could be mad because somebody cut in line in front of them to get their haircut, and now they're mad and they're trying to start a confrontation, and they're pulling out a gun. So just consider doing it from a seated position. You never know what could happen. And back in the early 10s, so 2010, 11, 13, there were a lot more shootings in theaters. And so that's another place where you're in a seated position. Not as much of a big an issue right now due to COVID, but when things go back to a more normal state, if you could even say that, that's something you want to consider. So just practice defeating that garment, whether it's with a jacket on or if you're just in a t-shirt. Just practice getting to that gun. Make sure that your gun is clear and you're aiming in a safe direction. This is something you can do while you are, sitting watching TV in between ads. So that's just something to think about and maybe practice.